Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the zoo. The minions with me, the minion with me thus far. There's one other minion who might be jumping in, but currently we just have Tier.
What up? What?
And then traveling exhibit, Carl.
The way he said, we have another one coming to join us, but we just have Tier.
Oh.
He's the last option. I'm sorry, it was just the way that he said it.
He's the only one that we currently have. And god damn it, did you bump the mic again?
No!
Because you snap, crackle, pop again.
Hold on, let me turn on
you stop. You
okay.
stop.
I didn't touch the mic.
Okay.
Let me...
But we have traveling exhibit, Carl.
What up?
And as it is a Friday, but not the first Friday of the month, though that might be changing. I might not have to skip out on the first Friday of the month because my Friday plans might be moving to a different day. I'm the keeper for this evening, Sanguine. How are all of you doing?
Good. You might be moved to a different day?
Not my entire stream, just the thing that was happening on the first Friday of every month. That meant that I couldn't be the keeper on the first Friday of each month is potentially moving to a different day. So I will be able to be a keeper, potentially. I'll be finding out here in the next couple weeks.
Oh, that means we don't get double minions in space.
Yep. At least not routinely. There'll still be occasional times. Like, I'm going to be traveling this year a couple times, so when I'm traveling, I'll need someone to cover.
I have been enjoying my new job. You know what's funny? It's actually kind of refreshing working for a company that's really, really small.
Yeah.
What job? What's your new job?
Snap, crackle, pop again.
God motherfucking damn it!
So
he's petering out too.
What was the job, as Beat Boop asked?
So, the store that I work for has only 5 employees.
Ooh.
Okay.
So it's before it gets that administerial bloat.
Yes.
Actually, no. It doesn't do it like that. So, the way that the company that I work for works has only been in production since 2005.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts off as a subsidiary. It started off in Arkansas, I think.
Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas. And
Arkansas.
God damn it, Tier. Anywho.
Go ahead. Hey, wait,
started off there.
This is revenge.
I cannot hear a single word you were saying.
He said, this is revenge. I'm not sure what you did to the computers, but the computers are pissed.
We are.
Apparently. Anywho, the way that it works is that there are less than 50 buildings, less than that, all between these Oklahoma and Arkansas. And through those 50 buildings, what we do is we are a wholesale company. We take not old products, but discontinued products. We take blemished products, slightly damaged and blemished, and we take excess products. And then we take those, we buy those at a discounted rate from all the big chain stores like Ashley or Mathis Brothers or something like that. We turn around and give a deal on what they would sell it for let's say you like this bed, right? This bed is $2,000-$3,000.
So you're a reseller.
Is wholesale.
They're kind of like a overstock that hasn't been implicated in the Epstein files.
Nice.
Yes. So, the shirt that I'm wearing right now, it actually matches the jacket on my picture, the character picture. Anyway,
Sweet.
so what we do is like we take all the beds that have been either not selling, but they're overstocked beds. So like let's say Ashley orders 1,000 beds and they get like 1,050.
Mm-hmm.
We get that other 50 to other stores.
Copy that.
Okay.
And so those are the beds that we can then resell at a much lower margin, which is why we can sell something for 60. Like we can sell a bed that's normally worth $2,000 to $3,000 on average to like $400 or $500.
Because taking a small hit to the price in order to sell it to you guys is better than not taking the hit, but then having that.
Rather than throwing a product away, we can give it
cost.
to someone who would.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Having the storage cost would be more expensive than taking the small hit to how much they can get by selling to you. Yeah.
Actually,
Right.
that's a really good question to ask you about either of you. Are you guys like firm sleeper? Like, is your mattress like firm or soft, or are you like a mix of both?
Firm.
I have to go soft because I'm a side sleeper and I have fucked up shoulders at times. So,
Which means I know exactly the type of bed that you are looking for. And Tier, you are the easiest to look for because you have a very specific type. You are a firm sleeper, which means that you need a really firm mattress. I can do both mattresses easily. I can find which ones you're looking for.
Well, I'm not looking for a mattress currently because I'm happy with mine.
yeah, I currently have a good one as well. But if I'm in the
I was
market for
being
mattress,
I was being hypothetical, but I think you guys knew that, and you guys just
yep, we're just being dicks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
love you too,
explaining my
Carl.
job, and God damn it. So I'm like a hybrid sleeper, like between both of you.
Mhm.
I like
Mm-hmm.
since I sleep on both stomach and side because I kind of move around in my sleep. I also have really fucked up posture,
Mhm.
and oh my god, dude, I sat in one of our love seats that we have.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I loved had a thick lumbar support in the center.
Mhm.
You have no idea how good that felt against the back.
Yeah,
I
for
can
me,
imagine.
I need a very firm pillow and a very soft bed because I have very broad shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I know how that is.
I mean, I almost got sent to a vet when I was in
The
high
fuck?
school. So, old school MRIs were the donut MRIs. Now they have new ones that are open-sided MRIs.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
the old school donuts were a 2-foot diameter because they went 2-foot diameter. That fits damn near everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I am over 2 feet from shoulder to shoulder.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus fuck.
I'm like,
And
I guess I would be 1.5 feet.
yeah, I am over 2 feet from shoulder to shoulder. My shoulders are the widest part of my body. And
Anybody ever tell you a mutant? Yeah, me.
I had to get an MRI. Thankfully, this one wasn't the shoulder MRI that I had to get later on. But
Jesus.
I had to get an MRI of my leg. So they went to feed me into the MRI machine. So they fed me
Like
in
an
legs
ATM card?
first. And
Mm.
as I was getting fed in, legs went in. up to about my hip, and then my knuckles hit the side of the MRI.
What the fuck?
And they went, okay, so can you move your hands here? So I moved my hands, and it was kind of put them on top of my, like, place my hands on my stomach. So they were able to feed in a few more inches, and then my elbows hit. And that was when they realized, we can't get you all the way in up to your neck. And for a while, they were going, oh shit, we're going to need to get him sent to one of the larger MRIs. Before they remembered, wait, no, we're just trying to scan his knee. We don't need his entire body in the MRI. We just need enough to get his leg. We're good. But if you ever need a shoulder MRI, you're going to be sent to the vet, because they have the horse MRIs, and those will fit your shoulders.
So to answer Rotten Corpse's, or to respond to Rotten Corpse's post here, yes, that is true. We can sell it at its normal, regular price, and it has been done before, and it does make a really good profit.
I would imagine it makes an amazing profit margin.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna buy a bed for like $3,300 rather than the, 70% marked down cost.
Yeah, if I can get something cheaper, I'm going to go with the cheaper option.
Me too.
But yeah,
You okay, show?
like I said,
Yo, 60.
Nearly got
sent
to the vet due to how broad my shoulders are. And they are broad enough that there's a picture back from when I want to say I was a high school freshman. And it's from...
I'm back, guys. I'm going to restart my my computer, my net and see if that works and everything.
Copy that.
I fix this shit.
But
all right.
I want to say it was back when I was in high school. And it was like my freshman year, where it was a group shot with me and a group of friends, where all my group of friends are standing shoulder to shoulder. And in order to be towards the center of the picture, I'm one of the tallest people, but they wanted me in front. I kneeled down in front of them. And
Still
it was
taller.
Close enough that my leg was going between their legs in order for me to kneel. So I'm like right in front of them.
You were still taller.
I wasn't taller. I was about like 2/3 of their height while kneeling. In fact, probably over 2/3 of their height, because my head was about level with their collarbones.
So my dad is 6'6", and he towers everybody in our family.
Oh yeah,
like he is incredibly tall for some odd reason. I don't know what kind of chemicals they had out in Arizona to make him tall as he was when he was younger.
Yep.
But when he came back to Oklahoma, like whenever he was a kid, like he went to like a college, like a automotive college in Arizona, and then came back to Oklahoma when he was a kid, and then had me. I don't know what chemicals made him 6'6". My brother is in the medium range of our family, and he's 6'4". I'm 6 foot. Like I'm tall, but like I'm not. I didn't get the extra 4 or 5 inches in my family. I was gonna say I got that double.
Yeah, for me, I'm 6'1", so I'm not freakishly tall when it comes to my height. The part that is freakishly tall is your inseam is normally about half your height, plus or minus. So if you're 6 foot, that means 72 inches, you'll have somewhere in between like a 34 and a 38 inch inseam.
If that's on an average weight person, probably. I guess I'm alone here now. I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. Yeah, I am.
God damn it, I went to add tier to the fucking thing again, and I was like, let's add tier. It immediately 404'd, and I had to pull it back up.
All right.
Hey.
Did that fix it?
Yeah, you're much better.
But yeah.
Okay. All right.
6'1". The bit is that, like I said, average inseam is about half your overall height, plus or minus a couple inches. So the one
Hey, I
standard
resent that
deviation
6.
either way will be, if you're 6 foot, you'll have like 6 or 38 or 34, somewhere in that range. So 34 to 38 inch, because 36 is exactly half your overall height.
Okay.
I'm 6'1", so my inseam should be that like 36, a little bit more, a little bit less, somewhere in there.
So it should be around the 32, 34 with 34.
Yeah.
Well, mine should be in like 34 to 39, effectively, because I'm 6'1", so it should be plus or minus a couple inches from half my height. Half my height would be 36.5. So it would be 37, so like 35 to 39 should be my inseam. My inseam is 27 inches.
Motherfucker.
Damn.
I'm 6'1". This means I have the legs of someone who's 4'6", and I have the torso of someone who's 7'8".
You are a fucking anomalous dwarf. That's the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Hildebrand the dwarf. That's your new nickname, Sanguine. Hildebrand.
Yep. But as I was saying, that old picture, the part that makes it so that I look like I'm superimposed in that old group shot of my friends is the fact that my shoulders, so I'm kneeling right in front of them. There isn't even a foot between my back and their stomachs.
No, Tyr, he's a dwarf barbarian.
My shoulders are so broad that 2 people are standing behind me in the width of my shoulders.
Sanguine, remind me never to, just never.
Yeah,
Just don't be normal, Tyr, around him.
I have ridiculously broad shoulders. So, almost got sent to a vet due to that. And I've always just had ridiculously broad shoulders.
Your name is Sanguine Thrumgar, the barbarian. Dwarf barbarian.
That's the only combination of barbarian that I will ever play is dwarf barbarian.
As I've said many times, I'm a giant Tolkien dwarf, because you take Gimli, you corner click an image of Gimli, you drag it up until he's 6'1" in height, just perfect 45-degree angle, so that
so biblically accurate Thor,
increasing height and width at roughly the same rate. Just do a perfect 45-degree corner click of Gimli, get him up to 6'1", and that's me.
Biblically accurate Thor.
Yeah.
But it's not biblically accurate, Thor. You know, it's more like
as long as we make him at least 300 pounds, give him a big red beard and long red hair, and he'll be fine.
I have a red beard.
Oh, well, you're only halfway there.
Just I have the partial dominance of hair.
You just
For
gotta
those who
get a
don't
big-
know,
you gotta-
there's-
you gotta get one of those Viking braids.
He probably does everyone in Viking
I
braids.
do frequently, but they.
Nice.
For those who don't know what partial dominance is, it is not some kinky switch shit. Partial dominance is a thing that happens particularly with hair color, where if someone has a redhead gene, red hair is recessive to every.
My real mom has
other
red
color.
hair, and I have half red hair.
Yep. So you have partial dominance where someone has a red hair gene. It shouldn't present, but it presents halfway. So normally it's facial hair will be one color, and then head hair will be the dominant gene. So for me,
Like my
brown-
beard is I have a really red beard,
Yep.
and my top of my head is between strawberry blonde and blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have brown
Like
hair. on top.
California surfer boy. Stay gold, pony boy. Stay gold.
I have brown hair on top of my head, and then I have this very ruddy beard.
If Tyr knows exactly the
I know what
reference
that
of-
movie's. You're talking about The Outsiders.
no.
Stay Gold Pony Boy.
The exact line that I was saying with the Irish accent.
I heard Stay
Like
Gold
Cali-
Pony Boy.
He said, like California surfer boy, gay, gay, gay. Stay gold, pony boy. Stay.
Oh, you're talking
gold."
about Samurai Jack and the Irishman. Oh, Boondock Saints too.
The
I was gonna
Stop.
say, not even close.
He's the Scotsman, not the Irishman.
Yeah, it's Scots.
It was.
And I
Boondock
think he's
Saints
just known
2,
as
yes.
the Highlander.
I think it was just known as the Highlander.
There can be only one.
Different Highlander, but
Damn it.
also equally keen on taking heads.
Duncan,
God, that dude,
Duncan
I love that dude's
Connor.
acting. What happened to him?
What? Who?
The actor who played Highlander.
Which one?
Which one?
The
Duncan or
original.
Connor? Connor? Christopher Lambert?
Yes. Yes.
Lambert.
Lambert. He's still alive. He's 68.
Well, he underwent. He started of Highlander, Mortal Kombat. He was actually a really good Raiden.
He was the only good Raiden because he didn't have
Agreed.
much of a role.
Well, he also played the whole like God of Thunder and Lightning bit very well.
Because he didn't have much of a role. Like, he had maybe 3 lines in that entire fucking movie. And then he had the ending one goes, Raiden, I'm here for you. I don't think so.
He actually was pretty pivotal throughout most of the film. What are you talking about?
Though I do have to say, the only line that ever sticks out when it comes to Mortal Kombat is, "And now you die."
No. Those were $300 glasses, asshole.
Those are $900 sunglasses, asshole.
Like,
Or wait. I think he said 600.
it was a whole fucking lot of money for a pair of sunglasses.
Oh, $500 sunglasses. Those are $500 sunglasses, asshole. That was
The only good that was the. But
He was a great Johnny Cage. I don't care what anybody says. He was perfect.
he was perfect, and I think they fucking fucked up by killing Johnny Cage off.
5
In the
minutes
second
into the
one.
movie. Wait, I don't even think it was
No.
5 minutes. I think it was like 2 minutes in.
It was 2 minutes in, and the problem with that entire issue, that movie Annihilation, they tried to cram a lot of shit into it. They crammed
They tried to cram
animalities.
5 different games into one.
Hold on, this everybody crammed into it. Nightwolf makes an appearance. Jade makes an appearance. Shiva makes an appearance. Mataro gets a battle against Jax.
Ermac.
They crammed it. Ermac. They crammed it. Cyrax and Smoke. They crammed in fucking Sub-Zero. He gets a 1 minute cameo against Scorpion, and then they fuck off the parts unknown.
Scorpion disappears throughout the rest of the movie.
No, he fight him and Sub-Zero fuck off the parts unknown to fight. And not Bihan, the other brother. Kuali Yang.
It was the younger brother of Sub-Zero.
Yeah, Kuali Yang.
Yep.
Bihan the elder brother and Kuali Yang the younger brother.
Jesus Christ, how many characters?
They crammed in Jay.
How many
Jay
characters?
gets
Yes.
Oh, they crammed in Reptile.
Yep. Well, they crammed in the
fuck-
reptile. The reptile family, because there was 3 of them.
They crammed in Baraka. Baraka doesn't even do shit. Like he makes an appearance and gets snuffed out in the beginning of that fight. He doesn't even get to do shit. I think Brian Thompson as Shao Kahn was chef's kiss because I love him as Shao Kahn.
Yes.
Brian
right,
Thompson's
so-
a phenomenal actor.
There is over 20 characters in the Mortal Kombat 2 film.
Annihilations.
Yes. Actually, 21 characters. Liu Kang, Kitana, Raiden, Sonya Blade, Jax Briggs, Johnny Cage, Nightwolf, Sub-Zero, Kuei Liang, Mataro, Sindel, Shiva, Jade, Milena, Cyrax, Smoke, Ermac, Rain, Baraka, and Noob Saibot. Wait, Noob Saibot wasn't it?
Yeah, Noob Saibot for the fuck. He fought against Raiden and remember when Raiden got knocked through the wall, he was fighting the 2 ninjas.
Oh yeah, it was like a split second thing before he disappeared.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I like about Noob Saibot about it as a character, the fact that his last name and his first name,
Tobias Boone, sorry.
Tobias Boone is actually one of the creators of Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Jay got eaten by a fucking reptile. Like Shao Kahn feeds her a reptile when she failed to kill Liu Kang. I really fucking hated how they filleted Liu Kang, and every media made Liu Kang the fucking main hero except for the one he
is the main hero. Like Kang
No,
is
he's not.
the main hero.
No, he's not. He isn't the main hero.
Who is?
It should be honestly nobody. Like the whole point of the tournament itself is that a hero needs to emerge.
A hero,
and that's how
Earthrealm heroes all did.
And that's how in the one before 11, was it 11? I think it was 11. In 11 and 10, how Johnny Cage was the main character, and then he passed the torch to Cassie, which I hated.
I hated Jax's daughter more.
No, I hated Cassie. All right, let me rephrase that. I hated her in 10 when she acted like a child.
Yeah.
In 11, she acted more like an adult.
But she was still an insufferable cunt.
No, she wasn't an insufferable.
Jax's daughter, if I remember correctly, was awful. Every line she said was just.
In the first in 10, Cassie was probably the one that fucking annoyed me to no end. And then in 11, where she was acting mature because she had just gotten promoted to colonel, she acted like an adult. She acted like, I belong in this. I'm not just handed this place.
I mean,
I earned my spot.
I will also defend that. One thing, I kind of agree with it. I agree with you. But she's trying to be a combination of both her annoying ass father, which Johnny Cage, love Johnny Cage as a character. She's trying to be like her father, but also a badass woman character like her mother. She's trying not to be in both shadows.
And that's enough. I dislike it. I liked Cassie's ending, and I fucking hated Jax's ending. So Jax gets woke. Jack goes back. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go back to Africa, and I'm gonna stop all the evil in the universe. Then we're gonna have a utopia. But Cass, his daughter's, hers is kind of touching because she doesn't want him to suffer, even though that means she won't be born. She wants him to have a happy life.
Run.
He doesn't want him to see all the shit he went through, as a revenant, and I like that.
Rotten. The only Mortal Kombat game that the last good Mortal Kombat game with that premise was Mortal Kombat Armageddon. It was the best premise because every character in that game, all like 50 fucking characters, have an ending story after they beat the god of fire. Every character, the Blaze, the god of fire, the one at the top of the pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
Every character has an ending for that specific character. And there are so many good ones out there.
Yeah, I agree. It's a fighting game. It doesn't need a story. And I agree. It doesn't need a story, but I don't need to know why these people are beating each other up. I just need them to beat each other up.
Exactly.
Like, I did not care about the story mode, and because they oh Jesus. So they would introduce a character in story mode that you should be able to play as, like fucking Rain. You already have Rain's model in game. Why can't I play as Rain? Or Melina? You already have Melina's model in game. I fought against her to get to, in the story mode. So you already have her moves. Why can't I play her outside of story mode? Because she died in story mode. Fuck if I care. I want to play her. I got to play as discount Aztec guy. And God, the story makes no fucking sense. The story of 11 is such a girl boss power fantasy.
It is. God, 11 was horrible.
So all right. So this thing is the concept is the guy Kotal Khan is the new leader of Outworld, right? Sanguine.
Mm-hmm.
And all right. So he gets his leg broke, and he decides to pass the torch to Melina. Oh, now you're Khan. Like, why? She's done nothing to prove that she's worthy of being Khan. Like, she just appeared. Technically, she's been dead for a while, and she just appeared. You have no reason to believe she would be a better Khan than you.
See, this is the thing that always drives me crazy. People want to have something happen in a narrative, but they don't want to have to do the work to make it happen in the narrative.
It just, here, it is happening. This is what it is.
Yeah.
Consume the media. Consume the media. Do
like,
go ahead.
I'm perfectly fine if you want to have a lead in a story go from a male lead to a female lead. Yeah, absolutely. Make it work. Have it work. Give me the justification. Don't just go, well, it did. No, well, it did doesn't work. Give me something. We've talked about it a shit ton of times before. But again, I would have had a much easier time going, okay, you want to have a female Iron Man, make her kind of like how Steel and Batman both do we make shit in order to be able to fight crime.
You know what they actually could have done?
Are superpowered. They go in completely different directions with the shit that they make, but they both make shit to fight crime. Again,
or you could have it's essentially Junkheart.
The thing that I would have done is have her take obvious inspiration from Iron Man, but not be able to figure out the way that he did certain things, but
and
come
had
up
her own
with
workaround,
other ways of doing it. So he has the repulsor technology, and she goes, I can't figure out repulsor tech.
But Sonic, I can do Sonic.
I can do Sonic, or I can do plasma, or I can do insert energy type here.
Insert new energy type.
Have that be the way that it's worked through. Because then you can have the moment of, wait, how did you do that? Well, I did it this way. How did you do that? I did it this way. I tried that way. That didn't fucking work. I tried your way. It didn't work. And you can have them geek out and be interested in each other's technology. And it
instead, they made her an insufferable cunt.
Instead, they made it so that their black female hero that is
a thief,
just as good as Tony Stark had to steal all of her shit from Tony Stark because she couldn't get it to work herself.
The line that pisses me off the most, that her line that she says in the movie, and this is in the trailer, one of the lines that she says, how did a rich billionaire white man make all of this because he's rich? What is it? Because he's rich? No, it's because he's fucking smart.
No, that's not her introduction into her own comic. Is her asking her teacher. Her teacher says to her, "Cool, you want to be like this famous female astronaut. Sure, you can do that. You can do that." And she goes, "No, you're supposed to tell me I can't do it, so that I can surpass you and prove you wrong." And the teacher goes, "Why would I do that? You know, it's current year. Like,
it's called
you can
building
be
character."
Well, hold on. You can be whatever. Well, I need you to tell me. The teacher, with an exasperated side, goes, "Whatever. You can't do it." And then she goes, "Watch me." Why?
Yep.
Yeah, Tony Stark made this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Yeah.
Again, that should be common fucking knowledge, isn't it?
You want to have...
In the MCU?
I believe so. You want to have a character give up their mantle, give them a good reason, give them a good person to give up their mantle to, and give me a fucking justification.
Sanguine. That one kid should have definitely... Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that one kid that Tony met in the second Iron Man movie should have been the new Iron Man, but...
It should have been a new Iron Man. All right, so the story I'm doing currently, it follows an entire family lineage of monarchs. Mm-hmm. It passes from him, the main character is male, and it passes to his daughter because she's first in line, and he's been training her entire life to take his place.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's justification, as long as you haven't set up a world of primogeniture, where it's
it's male and her, and it's I think it's code. It's always go to the first in line unless the first in line dies, and then it's selected.
Yeah, it's the gender open primogeniture rather than.
Oh, it must be a male character be king.
Has to be male. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget the proper term for it, but yes, it's always eldest inherits first. Eldest is dead. Well, you can select your monarch. You know what? Or the Senate selects your monarch.
You want to know what's really funny to me, and I kind of want to bring in some realism here, back to reality a bit. Have you noticed that whenever a celebrity dies, you never, with certain ones, I mean, you never hear about the ones that towed the line and followed the orders, did everything. You never hear about their shady past.
Mm-hmm.
It's always the ones who were against the narrative, against the certain people whose mysterious past seems to prop up.
But you know what gets me? It's term
is absolute primogeniture.
That is. I can never remember that one.
Yeah, the normal form of primogeniture is male preference primogeniture, or there's a couple other versions. And then there's also a female only, which is matrilineal primogeniture, and then there's also semisalic, which is females are eligible, but only if all
There's no
eligible
alpha male.
men are dead.
Wow. Sucks to be down.
Yep.
But
So yeah, you have male preference, you have matrilineal, and then you have semi-salic.
I've heard of semi-salic.
Yeah, it was used in Austria, Hungary, Russia, and several other nations as well.
Because Russia had a female monarch at one point. Sorry.
Russia had a shit ton of female monarchs.
Yeah, like I said, they were a semi-salic.
Like, technically, Catherine wasn't supposed to be... He took the throne from Peter.
Yeah, she forced his abdication to her.
Catherine the Great was fucking nuts.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't nuts. She was savvy.
Dear, you're just like, you have a crush on Catherine the Great. That's okay, we know.
No. If you look at everything that she did,
don't you dare call her Catherine the Pretty Good to him.
Yeah, she's Catherine the Great. But if you look at the shit she did, she had a rather intelligent head and knew how to rule. Peter was a fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Peter was a drunken fuck up. He was like what, 12 and already a lush. He was not destined to live forever. Mm-hmm. If he made it to his 20s, it'd have been a miracle, and it's even more miracle that she took it from him, because he'd have lost the empire any other way.
Yep. Also, Rotten, yes, they declared many wars. In fact, they declared more wars on average than the males. There is an argument that that's due to their small numbers, so having a small number of female rulers that declared a large number of wars does mean that their average is bumped up. Yeah, absolutely.
Which is why it would have been terrifying to have either Hillary Clinton or fucking Kamala Harris as president. Good God.
All right, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying a female can't lead, but neither am I. But when you're dealing with cultures that look down on females, I'd rather have a dude in there.
And it's not that I've said this before. I think in one of our earlier streams that we've done, I've said this before that I would love to have a female president at some point, but
just not now.
Just not now, and because every fucking female member of Congress who are eligible to be president are fucking awful people. Like, every single one of them are just insufferable.
It's not that they're awful people. It's not even that. Like, again, and this is not a misunderstanding. I don't care about.
And that's on both sides.
Some of my bosses are female. Some of my bosses are female, and I've grown up under a single mother who was a lesbian. So I've been under female leadership my entire fucking life.
Same here.
But I've also learned that females, don't think with their brains a lot more often than men do.
It depends. You can have extremely rational men. You can have extremely irrational women.
Men have two brains.
Not enough blood to run both.
Exactly.
The problem is that there's different emphases. Emphases.
Yes,
whatever the fuck plural you want to use.
Cold hard logic is always going to favor a male. Like, it's just what it is.
And I would say that women that's one of the cases where I would actually say that is partially cultural.
Mm-hmm. Not to offend any of the women that are in our chat or anything. I would love to have a female president someday. That would be fucking cool. But the problem is.
Hold on, let me finish. Go ahead, Sanguine.
The reason why I would say that it is partially cultural is the same reason why I think that when you look at domestic violence rates, they are what they are. When you raise a generation of children saying, you can actually hurt people. You are dangerous. You have to learn to control yourself because you can cause serious harm to people. They will learn that, and they will work towards being able to be gentle.
Mm-hmm.
When you go up to someone and you say, it doesn't matter if you hit someone, you aren't going to hurt them. They're going to hit bitches constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the lowest rate of domestic violence is gay men on gay man. And that's because both of them know what it means if they hit the other one.
It's going to be a fight.
Because that means the other one's going to hit them.
Yep.
And it's not fun getting hit in that way. Even if you're kind of kinky and you like being hit, not many people like being punched in the face.
Exactly.
Nope.
And there's a huge difference between I won't say
between
huge,
kinky
there's a
fun,
fine line and between kink and abuse. Very fine line.
There's
yes.
a difference between kinky fun and you just knocked out my tooth.
We're in a special kind of territory right here where I detest movies like 50 Shades of Grey because it basically does teeter on that line between what is abuse and what isn't.
Oh yeah, it absolutely glorifies abuse rather than kinky fun.
And it's actually blending the tones between both, and
that's something
trying to make it as one or the other.
A fair number of people have voiced complaints with, and they should voice complaints because it's true.
Myself included.
Yeah, it's true. It does have this romanticized version of abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that happens.
Gray,
if
Gray was an average male, if he was just an average everyday male, he would have gone to prison for what he's done.
Mm-hmm.
But because he's a rich, partially good, semi-good looking dude, every woman was... There were more wet seats in the premiere of that movie than Magic Mike.
Oh yeah, it's the running joke of the meme of the male fantasy and then the female fantasy, and the male fantasy is like a loving wife and daughter.
Female fantasy is murder.
Them saying, welcome home. The wife saying husband, the daughter saying daddy. And then the female fantasy, and it's just the monster fucker section.
Yeah.
And for those who haven't heard the term, the monster fucker section, it is at some point.
We know about those.
Bottom fuckers became, what if instead of just like being the rogue, the Rakehellian, the noble that has a slightly dark side, what if instead it was Frankenstein and the werewolf just going to town on the same broad?
I think there may actually be a book like that. It wouldn't surprise me if there was.
It is.
But there wouldn't... Here's what I can't stand. Okay. I am okay with women having these kind of fantasies. That's fine. It's a fantasy. That's what that's for. But...
It's when they lose track of the fantasy versus reality?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's where they blur the fantasy and reality between what they want in a guy versus what is average and what every other male out there is like.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand. They get all of that from books and romance novels.
They assume that they're gonna get the rich billionaire
who makes six figures for doing fuck all, like basically.
Yeah.
Like, what did Gray actually do? Like, what was
I don't
his?
fucking
actual
know. I've
power?
never seen that movie or read those books.
I can't. I couldn't. I've read the books. I've seen the movies. I couldn't even tell you.
Gay.
My ex goth girlfriend loved those books and movies. I could not stand them.
Yeah, that's the same way I felt about fucking Twilight. I seen every fucking Twilight movie because she loved those. And I'm in there, you know, because I love her. I'm in there like, oh god, this is boring. Like any halfway
Dude,
decent
I'm in the
Prince.
same boat.
Look, so at the time I played the Vampire Masquerade, and I'm thinking the entire time any halfway decent Prince would have had that motherfucker staked, and sun dried by now. I'm like you're a shitty Toreador. Your Primogen would have probably had you killed.
Exactly.
They sparkle and so. What the fuck was that?
Like I'm thinking the entire time, like your fucking Primogen would have fucked you. Look,
You aren't a vampire. You're a bejeweled twink.
yeah, like you're a
bejeweled.
bejeweled gold. They're not even bejeweled twinks. They're bejeweled ghouls.
No, he was the first Twinkie. He was the first bejeweled Twinkula.
Like, no, he doesn't even get the. He's not even a twinkula. He's a bejeweled ghoul that got uppity. He's using massive amounts of fucking presents.
Dude, he was so full of estrogen the entire fucking film throughout the book and film.
And then the thing that pisses me off, I pointed out to her. That's fucking creepy. Like, why? Because he's an adult and she's a child. Oh no, he stopped aging. Yeah, but his fucking mind didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's
this,
the same.
Get this.
But
at the end of the books and the film, in the story of the werewolves, whenever they fall in love with someone,
yeah, he prints on his daughter. I know that shit. It gets even worse. So again, he's 100 years old. He's hitting on somebody 16, 15, 16. I'm like, that's fucking creepy. Oh no, it's so romantic. And I'm thinking, like, you know, in Interview with a Vampire, Claudia was like, she was like 6 when she was turned, and then
6 or 7, something like that.
Yeah, it's something toward that age. 6 or 7, and she had lived for what, almost 100 years at that point, and she started acting like an adult.
Yeah,
because she had the experiences, but she could never have the body,
which is one of the things that she wanted.
Which drove her mad.
Mother, yeah, it drove her fucking crazy.
Well, that, and she was in love with Louis, and she could never truly be with him because, again, all he saw was a child
body. Yep, basically permanent child body for the rest of her life.
And it drove her mad. But the entire time I'm thinking, like, so your mind doesn't stop growing even after you die. Oh, your body stopped. Okay, your body stopped, but so you've been around for 100 fucking years at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you're watching her fucking sleep. That's not cool. That's stalkery.
That's not stalkery. That's creepy predator. Well, I say that, but they're also vampires, so the vampires.
But even then, and that's another thing that makes it even worse. Why was everybody hung up on this random chick? Like, everybody wanted her. Why? She is fucking mid at best.
Wait, which one?
Because that's part of the fantasy.
Bella. Bella was mid at best. She didn't know nothing. And then to make it even fucking worse, at the end where they're fucking doing a fight with the other elder vampires, the Volturi. I'm like, so these motherfuckers had eons, decades, centuries to master their powers. This bitch is going toe to toe with them, and she only had at most 2-3 years of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And because her powers basically negates other powers. Like, give her plot armor.
Yeah, that's essentially what it was. She had massive amounts of fucking plot armor. if you wanted to do her right, she should have never been in that battle. She should have been somewhere else.
I'm sorry, the best character was the one who played by Ava Green.
I don't know.
That was
I
the
don't remember
sister, the
this.
younger sister.
The best character was the characters that died because they got out of that shitty movie.
Oh, the first antagonist in the first one.
Anybody that died in that movie, they were
was
the best
actually a
characters,
pretty-
so they died.
He was actually pretty scary, honestly, for a villain. I'm not gonna lie.
And again, all hung up on this one bitch. Technically, she's dinner. Why are you playing with your food? Oh, we don't drink blood.
An awful character to begin with.
We're vegetarians.
Like
We're
I said,
vegetarian vampires. We don't hurt people. It's like, oh my god, just fuck it. What year are we? Oh yeah, it's early 2000s when that shit came out.
that
You about to say
shit's
something, Sanguine?
all part of the fantasy. It's the same way that a good chunk of harem anime, it's a kind of standard looking dude because it's meant to be you put yourself in this character's position. The part that's kind of weird is that it was
Most women that like 50 Shades could handle a finger.
Yep.
God damn it, Rotten.
But the part that was kind of creepy, and it's the part that they think is creepy about a lot of older harem anime enjoyers, is it was a bunch of 30, 40, 50 plus year old women just absolutely gushing at the gash about a 17-year-old man.
Yeah.
And
Or a
okay,
17-year-old
you want to know what's really fucking
body.
creepy?
With a ancient mind. And again, the fact that they make that excuse, but then these are also the same people that when it's the inverse and you have, well, this is an anime. Well, how old's she? Well, she's a 900-year-old vampire, but she looks like she's like 16, but she's 900 years old.
I hate that so much. I hate that trope.
Yeah.
I hate the trope where there's a woman character. I think it's in Rosario Vampire.
The age imbalance.
There's a female character who's like she's like 9 or 10. She's a witch, but she's in love with the main character, like everyone else is too that they come across. And it's disturbing how much like I think he only sees her like as a little sister type of character. But he doesn't act on it.
Controversial opinion. I don't particularly like harem animes.
They can be good, they can suck. It all depends on the actual story. But I'm trying to remember the name of the character. Did you guys ever watch the original Hellsing, not the OVA? The OVA is better than the original Hellsing.
The what?
But
yes, original Hellsing, yes.
Original Hellsing, still really damn good. There was a vampire that was right at the end of the original one before the Psycho Alucard fight.
I know you're talking about the child.
Yes, the child vampire. And they do the child vampire right in that. Because they make a comment about how it was the cruelest thing that anyone could have ever done to her. To turn her into a vampire when she was that young.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's explained like, you know, the person that did it was really a fucking monster, and he just wanted to do it. Like he wanted people to suffer.
Yep.
And he did it. That's why he turned her.
Yeah. And that is that trope done correctly. Where that's fucked up. And it's acknowledged that that's fucked up. The other way that you can do it correctly, which still ends up with the character that is the vampire being a bit creepy, but you can have it be that they're creepy while also having it make sense in world is when the character that they're hitting on looks to be their age and they know it's wrong. They know it's fucked up. But they're also going, this is my only chance to actually experience a connection. Because if I go for someone who is of age, that means they're fucking chomo. And that is fucked up. So they're dealing with that, where the only people that I can even slightly connect with and have it not be insanely creepy that they're interested in interacting with me are those that it makes me insanely creepy to interact with them.
Yep. And what's even worse is all that shit just keeps getting...
Wait a minute. So have you ever seen, the original is called Let the Right One In.
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
So it's two versions. And I particularly like the original, I believe it's Swedish, Let the Right One In, because it's a child vampire that was turned into a child. Well, and you come to find out, like, you think it's a girl. The entire time you think it's a girl. Come to find out it was a boy that was castrated to be a to quote unquote be a girl. And over the course of the movie, he has this caretaker that is an adult that gets hunts for him, right? Because he can't hunt for himself. So he had this caretaker, and you come to find out, if you look at the parallels, that he groomed that he's grooming the current kid Oscar in the movie to be his new caretaker. Because again, to him, he's a 10-year-old kid, and this is a 10-year-old kid. It's fucking weird, man. It's a good one, and I think that's child vampire done right too.
There's also Dance of the Vampire Bun, which is about I think similar.
But she's like ancient, and she gets with a werewolf.
True.
There's also another way of doing it, which makes the character really fucked up, and it's kind of what you just said, Tyr, where it's they have no interest in them as they are currently, but they're going, if I turn them now, they become like me. And then eventually, perhaps, we'll be able to connect. So they don't have the interest in the young child that they're targeting, but they're so desperate for some sort of connection because, again, anyone interested in their child body, creepy. Anyone that they would go after who's also in a child body, fucking creepy of them to do. That if they turn someone, then eventually that someone will become an ancient being trapped in a young body, just like they are, and there'll be a connection. And you can really fuck with them because they would realize that this is fucking wrong. This is the shit that I did, but they're so fucking desperate by their own profound loneliness. It's the way that you guys see the movie Passenger?
No.
Maybe.
Passengers, the sci-fi movie with one of the Chris's, the funny Chris and
Pratt.
Yes.
And Katherine Heigl.
It wasn't Heigl. It was the quirky girl from Hunger Games that everyone was really thirsty for, and then everyone saw her nudes.
I don't know what you're talking about. But I think the premise, like, they're trapped, like, it's a colony ship, and he woke up too early.
Yep.
And he woke her up because he needed somebody to talk to.
Yep, he wakes her up. And in the original version, it wasn't supposed to be a happy ending love story. they were acknowledging how fucking creepy it was in the original one. Because, yeah, he got woken up by a machine glitch, and then he wakes her up, damning her to just interact with him knowingly. And it was meant to be kind of creepy stalker type situation. But then they changed it because they realized if they wanted to do that story, they cast the wrong male lead because people like him. And they felt like it would be too difficult to write the character in a way to make him seem sufficiently creepy.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous.
But that was one of the early scripts, was that, yeah, it was meant to be this isn't a she forgives him meet cute. This is he was damned to hell and he damned her to hell.
Misery loves company.
Yep. And that would be kind of the way that you do the young vampire.
And a self-perpetuating cycle. That's how young vampires are created.
Yep.
Like we wish to, like we need company, and we the first young vampire to do this.
Well,
now goes around doing it to others.
The way that you do it is you have a couple different ways that they come to be. One is creepy old vampire. The super chomo vampire turning young kids. One is just someone desperate. One is someone just wanting their family to stay alive and not thinking it through and realizing that, oh, if I'm going to do this, I should wait until my family are all adults.
Which you'd think so.
Turn their child way too early. And then you have a couple different ways that the children react. They eventually get desperate and lonely enough that they turn someone. Or they take a sunlit stroll.
Yeah.
A little a little sunlight stroll through the woods.
Yep. Because that would be the way that you write that character. You either make them tragic and holding back, which is what the young vampire from the original Hellsing anime was, where everyone knew that her life was fucked. That was what Alucard says in it. And Alucard, a character who doesn't show any sort of mercy for any other vampire other than Ceres Victoria, is showing profound sympathy and remorse for this young vampire. Even though she's almost as old as he is, or perhaps a little bit older than he is. But he realizes how fucked up her life is, or her unlife is.
But I don't know why books and movies and stuff like that always try to normalize they're much younger and this person's much older. It's like, don't we deal with it enough of that crap in real life?
Yep. And there's ways to do it well, and then there's ways to do it poorly. And a lot of them do it really poorly.
And creepy.
Yeah. And that's part of what makes it that they do it really poorly. Because it is inherently creepy, but they try to make it no, it's cute. See? He's unfathomably ancient, and she's 15.
It doesn't make it any better.
It really doesn't.
It's like, Can you not hear yourself? It's like, but this was my fantasy when I was that age. That's called a fantasy, you dumb fuck.
Yeah,
Jesus.
there's
There are so many people who can't differentiate between fantasy and reality,
yeah.
and
mhm.
it's so apparent online. Also, real quick, I kind of want to sidebar a second, off topic. There's a live streamer. There's a VTuber. I think her name is Emaru. I don't know if you've ever heard of her.
She's not a VTuber.
Yeah.
She's a
She's a regular stream. She's a Twitch streamer.
Yep.
Okay. They kept her streamer audience was kept. Somebody was saying like, "What's your opinion on I?"
Yeah, it was one of
and
her
they brought
moms.
me to say something.
She didn't really want to talk about politics on her stream because that's not where her stream is. And she just said, "I don't want to talk about that. That's not
She
something I
had
want to talk
a
about."
very
And they,
Michael
first of all,
Jordan from the '90s view, where it was,
yeah,
why would I say this?
Republicans buy,
And it's like,
Republicans
shoes
buy
too.
shoes as well.
like they bullied the shit out. They were like, "Can't you have an opinion of your own? Don't you just it's not that hard to say fuck ICE. It's not that hard to say."
But
Like,
if she doesn't want to say fuck ICE, or look, I stay in my lane. It just so happens my lane had to be political.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with people that don't want to touch on politics. There's nothing wrong with people that only want to touch on politics in certain venues. So they have one channel that is completely apolitical, and then they have one channel where they'll rant and rave about their politics.
Mhm.
That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly acceptable. People
Sanguine, I want to play
shouldn't
this.
have an issue with that.
Hold on. This shit is hilarious. Now I'm going to send you the link. Oh, no, I'm going to share it.
and I hate people who do that. They're like, why won't she say the line? That just means she's MAGA or she's a Trump supporter now. It's like, she's dead to us because she didn't say what we wanted her to say.
Apparently, the Somali community in Minneapolis is demanding reparation of ICE trauma. They're demanding free cash to immigrant businesses under 200K. Stop all evictions and free rent. Reparations for ICE trauma. Government apology and accountability. ICE banned from their communities, from the neighborhoods, and justice for the martyrs.
These programs fits into our criteria of small business owners, not those who make 200,000 and above. We don't make that much amount. We have been suffering since the crisis of ICE. We also demand an immediate help to evictions so families are not pushed to homelessness during the crisis. Our community deserves accountability. Our community deserves safety. We need also justice for those who lost their lives defending the community.
You can really see and hear the linearity of that family tree.
You can. They don't have a family tree saying when they have a reef.
Like I said, you can really
They've
see
got a
and
coral
hear.
reef.
You can really see and hear the linearity of it.
Oh.
It's a family the telephone pole. It isn't.
No. The fact that she said that ICE is banned from her community.
They want ICE banned from our community. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Though that does.
The funny thing is that can't happen because ICE is one, federal, two, they have jurisdiction everywhere, and three, that's their job.
Though that
cannot
does
stop
serve
them from that.
as a nice segue into the reason why the stream was named what it was. There was
we went off topic
one
a lot.
arson that I heard about, and then as I was giving the two on stream a quick, hey, this is why I named the stream this. They informed me that there was another one, same fucking time, effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't she know that fire doesn't work on ice types?
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, there was separated by just 6 days, 2 different attempted arsons of ice facilities. One of them, it was effectively trying to do an Oklahoma City, only using
Wait.
fire instead of explosives. Oklahoma City bombing is the reference. So they stole an ambulance. They loaded it full of flammables, including the O2 cylinder on the ambulance, because again, they stole an ambulance. So several O2 cylinders. There's the big 2,000 liter, and then the little head-mounted bottles that typically you'll have 4 to 5 on an ambulance, which I think those are 6 liter, 7 liter, something like that. Might be 10 liter. Oxygen under ridiculous compression.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they stole an ambulance, loaded up with a shit ton of accelerants, mainly gas, so bunch of gas tanks that they put on it, and then crashed it into a DHS building that also housed ICE offices. After crashing the vehicle into the building, they hopped out, started just scattering accelerant around, and then tried to light the accelerant on fire. They failed several times, and then were interrupted when first responders showed up at the scene.
I'm sorry.
Are we the baddies?
I'm sorry. Fire type is actually only half weak to ice.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, Hans.
Half weak to fire.
Hans, are we the baddies?
Yep.
That's all a matter of perspective, really.
But just the fact that
eat schnitzel in hell.
That happened, and then apparently 6 days before that, there was another one that, like I said, I hadn't heard of, but you guys had. So, do one of you want to give the rundown, or I do have that pulled up, so I could give the rundown of.
I can do it. I think I would. Let me try. So, crazy bitch decides that, you know what, she's going to help the poor immigrants that could be detained in a building by lighting that bitch on fire.
Yep.
So she takes I guess lighter fluid and sets like a window and tries to get it going. And mind you, this is all caught on camera. She's not hiding her face. And they come out, they put out the fire, they arrest her. It's sort of like the guy that decided that he's going to help the poor immigrants by putting 2 bullets in their brains. I mean, it really helped. They can't be deported. I'm just saying.
Don't shoot the messenger. They die. School of I'm helping.
Yes.
No. These type of people are the meme of Ralph Wiggum sticking his finger in his nose. I'm helping.
Record of a Fall. I need to look at that one, Rodden. But again, it literally is occurring, going nuts. These people are fucking insane, and the socialist utopia that they want, after like the revolution comes and they think they're all gonna be paying, they're gonna be put up against a fucking wall next.
Like the authors of the Encyclopedia Galactica.
It's hilarious that they
just
always
like
think that they're the ones
the color guard. Really quick, the color guard from Mao's rebellion, the communist China. Mao put those revolutionaries up against a wall, or he had them re-educated.
But yeah, there's the line from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy where it's the editor's staff of the Encyclopedia Galactica are a bunch of witless idiots who will be the first up against the wall when the revolution occurs.
Yes.
And then there was the copy of the Encyclopedia Galactica that fell through a wormhole, came back in time, and the description of the previous editors were a bunch of witless idiots who were first up against the wall when the revolution occurred.
You know what's funny? The people who bother me about this whole thing that bothers me about these kind of people is they think that they are right. They are so adamant about being right. They don't see the sheer irony of everything.
Yeah.
From the Free Palestine group to the fuck ICE, fuck Trump, ICE is Trump's Gestapo, blah, blah, blah. The billboard type of language that they use.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't see the irony that they are becoming exactly what happened in 1940s, from 1938 to 1947 in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't realize that that's what they would become. That's who they are. It's like
You have the
realize-
years off, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
you have these nose-ringed, crazy, wild eyes. Like, oh, if you don't say fuck ICE or fuck Trump, you must be the evil people we don't want to talk to.
Mhm.
Oh, you're the bad ones here. Sorry, I'm doing voices, but whatever. They just don't get it. It's like, if you try to point that out to them, they're like, you don't know what you're talking about. We're the morally superior ones. Oh yeah, then why is that one saying out here racial slurs to ICE agents who, if you noticed, ICE agents are like 90% Hispanic.
Mm-hmm.
Another
Which is the
sizable
most
chunk are
Funny
black.
part. Yes. Like 8 to 9% are black. There's like 1 or 2% that are like between their 30s and their 50s who are ICE agents that are white. The rest
But
are all
even-
younger guys.
But even all right, this has always been my thing about this entire situation. So you are happy paying for all right. You're happy with someone coming into your country, coming into your house and eating your food, shitting your toilet, using up your internet, making long distance calls, stealing from your coffers, and not contributing a motherfucking dime.
Mm-hmm.
No dime whatsoever. No, he didn't. That person never put in a red as much as a penny into the coffer to get that food. But you're happy to feed the fucker. Yeah, not me. Fuck that shit.
You
I
didn't hear
listened
about
to
the
this.
really funny bit recently, did you?
What?
So, you guys heard about the award show statements by Billie Eilish, right?
Oh yeah, how
God,
the
yeah.
British person
The comments about how no one's illegal on stolen land,
yeah.
and
And then
then
the Native Americans that were on her land.
tribe that had the ancestral claim to her land said, weirdly, she hasn't contacted us about returning the land that her home is on. We
Yep.
look forward to hearing back from her. Then there was an Australian chap, well, not in English, but an Australian chap, who heard about this, and he went, oh, fantastic. I've been wanting to move to America for a while. So he made a line about how he was going to move in at Billie Eilish's estate. And since it is stolen land, this would be completely proper and okay for him to do according to her own beliefs. And she called ice on him. Got him deported.
It's sort of like it's sort of like you know who Alyssa Milano is, right?
Yep.
So Alyssa Milano was big in the anti, defund the police movement, right?
Yep.
But someone came onto her ranch with a gun-like object. It was a BB gun, but came onto her property with a gun-like object. And who are the first fucking people she called?
Yep.
You gotta love the fucking hypocrisy that the left is, and when it's funny because they'll threaten ICE all the time on social media, and it's hilarious that it's almost instant karma whenever they get fucking arrested for it. And it's like, are you guys fucking stupid? Are you so fucking stupid? When you post your face, you can post your face. ICE and the federal government will find you in their facial recognition database, come find you and arrest you the minute you hit post.
Oh, that was another thing that just happened recently. So there was a person that made comments that they can't wait to start shooting.
They want you to break into their house, and she can't wait to start shooting. And they like, okay, come, and they arrested her for terroristic threats.
Yep.
Because they don't understand.
Hold on, Sanguine. Guess what I'm doing right now? I'm playing the world's smallest violin.
Yep. Yeah, she made all kinds of comments about how she looked forward to it. She was ready and armed and waiting for them to show up and try it. And then
they called their bluff.
Yeah, they showed up, and she's currently arrested for making terroristic threats against government employees, which is exactly what she was doing. But it seems to have taken her by surprise that, when you threaten government employees, they tend to take that rather poorly.
Yep. Oh, well.
Also, it tends to be rather difficult to argue that you weren't when you straight up said that you're looking forward to shooting them.
Mm-hmm. And why? Why do they always want to ban guns from law-abiding citizens, but then make threats like that on social media in the same fucking breath? They always claim that, oh, you don't have a mind of your own. Why don't you think for yourself? Think. Repeat everything that I want. Validate my opinions through your platform. Do what I say. Do what we want. You must be one of us from now on. And then they have the nerve, then they have the cuntacity to say that punk, goth, alt, everything like that is liberal by nature or political by nature. Actually, if you really think about it, it is anti-political. It has always been not following the norm, which is what it is
countercultural, I would phrase it as.
Yes,
countercultural rather than anti-political, because a lot of it was political, but it was always countercultural politics. So that means that it was against the dominant culture. If the dominant culture changes, you would expect the countercultural artwork to also change because it's against the politics of the culture. So countercultural representations in art, if the culture goes from left to right, will probably go from right to left. If it goes from right to left, then the countercultural works will go from left to right. This is kind of predictable. It's just like how kids tend to have a rebellion phase against their parents' politics. So if you're right wing and you have kids, your children's rebellion phase will typically be going left. If you're left wing and you have kids, your child's rebellion phase will be going right. Now, depending on how they were raised and depending on the merits of the arguments of each side at the time, they may rectify themselves back in the direction of their parents, but not always. And that depends a lot on the quality of the connection between the parents in question and the kids in question. Because if the kids hate the parents, legitimately hate the parents, then typically their political switch remains.
You want to know what's really funny too? My parents were never political when I was growing up. Like, yeah, I heard some talk about it in my childhood growing up, but like I never really paid attention to any. I got more into politics like when I was in my 20s, 20, 21, 22.
Yeah, that's around the time
I'm 35
I got
now.
Yeah.
And it's like I learned through politics through trying to understand both sides of the argument. And I knew like back when I was growing up, everybody hated the Republicans because the Republicans were like trying to ban everything. They were trying to ban certain books. They were trying to ban video games at one point. They were trying to ban
moral majority shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to do all kinds of
Yo,
that.
snarky.
There was a political switch, but there was a party shift, but not in the way that they are claiming. The party switch that they're talking about, or that I'm talking about rather, is that the right became more free speech, free expression, free people, free kind of thing, right?
Oh, you're talking about the later change.
Yeah, I'm talking about modern switch.
Yeah, because the historical switch pisses me off since that...
Me too.
It's a narrative that it sounds good as long as you don't look into it at all.
It's
the argument
the right
goes,
were always racist.
No, they weren't.
The argument goes that the Republicans did a racist bit of politicking in order to get the racist Southerners to start voting for them. And what they did was they got the Dixiecrats to swap party. That sounds good on paper because, yeah, you look before the Southern strategy and you look after the Southern strategy, and you see that before the Southern strategy, yeah, the South voted Democrat. Afterwards, you see, yeah, it voted Republican. So that sounds like that has to have been what happened. I mean, how else do you explain that? And then you start actually looking into it, and almost every Dixiecrat died a Democrat still. So it wasn't that they swapped. There was one main one that did swap, but then he reversed his stances on a bunch of things. And
which most politicians do most of the time.
Well, a lot of them don't give their reason why they're doing things. They just do them and then hope
Just
that
do
you don't
them.
question it.
Do it and hope for the best.
Yeah, they make a swap and they hope that you don't question it. Whereas he made a swap, went, yeah, I reevaluated my religious beliefs and realized that I was not living in accordance with them.
And that's
And
understandably fair.
he then became the first former Dixiecrat to name a black aide to him. He voted in favor of several civil rights acts after the swap. He voted in favor of several nominations of various black figures after his swap. So not only did he come forward and say, this is why I made a change, but his actions also showed that he had made a change. People will say that his actions don't show that he made a change, which every time that happens, I'm going, okay, so how would you argue that they don't? Because these actions are clearly different than the actions he was taking prior to it. So that he made a change, not really in question. It's why could be in question. But definitely there was a change. If you're denying that there's a change, then that's just denying
Plain stupidity. Yeah.
Reality.
historical facts. But when you look into it, what happened was the Republican Party realized, oh, the South isn't just permanently Democrat. So they funded candidates in the South, which was a major change because beforehand they weren't really funding candidates. And they realized that, yeah, a lot of people in the South were getting annoyed with the Democrats because they felt like the Democrats weren't paying attention to them.
Which
And
pissed
weren't
them off.
doing what they wanted, which pissed them off. A lot of them were religious in the South. And the Republicans went, well, we've always had a strong religious backbone because a good chunk of the founders of the Republican Party were various Christian groups. So let's stress our common ethics and stress that, yeah, we believe that, well, there is a place for the federal government. We also believe that that isn't everywhere. We think that there's things that only the federal government can do, and then there's things that can be done at other levels. And if it's something that can be done at another level, we think that it should be done at another level. If it's something that is best done by the federal government, then we think that it should be done by the federal government. So they started to push that. And what they did was they realized that some of these things were in common. They stressed those, and people went from voting Democrat to voting Republican. It wasn't that the politician swapped from party to party. It was that the voters were actually being courted. And upon being courted, decided that they would swap their votes. But the thing that wasn't being courted was, you don't like darky, we don't like darky. That wasn't happening. In fact, they routinely were going, yeah, we aren't going to say that we don't like darky because that's fucked. What we will say is that it is possible to take this shit too far. And that's when you see things like the 1990s Civil Rights Act. Unlike pretty much every Civil Rights Act prior to that, did not get majority Republican support. Do you know what was the main feature of the 1990s Civil Rights Act?
What was it?
A massive expansion of affirmative action.
Oh, right. That makes a lot more sense. Did you know that the first black congressman was not a
Republican, I know
Democrat?
Yep.
Yep, he was a Republican.
Did you know? I fucking hate I hate affirmative action.
Yep.
Yep, we know.
Everyone should hate affirmative action.
Everyone does hate it.
No, everyone doesn't hate it, and that's the fucked up part. All right, Sanguine, if me and you are going for the same job, and I get this job because of my skin color and not my qualifications, that is an insult.
It's not only an insult. I've talked about this before. That what it is doing is it is breeding imposter syndrome.
Yep.
So those that benefit from it get massive imposter syndrome. Those that might have been the victim of it get a massive boost to
hate boner,
feeling cheated, to feeling wronged. Those that succeeded despite it get a massive ego boost. And the reason why I say this is, imagine that we're having a foot race. So we'll make it a 400-yard race or 400 meter. Let's go 500 meter. Nice round number. 500 meter. So we have all the people that are running the race. If they're all running the same 500 meters at the same time, or even if they're running it at different times, but they're using the same stop clock used in the same way, then whoever wins knows that they won. Whoever came in second knows that they came in second. Whoever came in third knows that they came in third, so on and so forth, all the way down to the person that came in last knows that they came in last.
Yes.
Especially if this is all done in the open so that everyone can see. There is no questioning whether or not you earned your position. You earned your position.
Yep.
But if instead of having that, what we did was everyone's running at different times. It's a blind stopwatch, so no one else gets to see. It's just whoever is running the stopwatch will determine who's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, so on and so forth. There are no observers for any of the runs other than the stopwatch. And, well, you're part of this group. So you're actually going to be running a 550 meter race. You're part of that group. You're going to be running a 450. You're part of this group. You're going to be running a 300. And they make it so that you aren't all running the 500. And then they also say, well, we're going to add time. We're going to subtract time depending on different identity groups. Suddenly, no one has any fucking clue where they would have actually placed.
Nope.
Unless
the modern left doesn't even know what fucking bathroom they need to be using because they can't look between their fucking legs enough.
Unless they were told that they were going to have a longer race and they were going to have time added to their stop clock. Then if they came in first, they know that not only did they win, they fucking destroyed everyone else. Because that's the only way that that could have happened. And you know that if you lost, but you were told that you were running a shorter race and time was being subtracted, you know that you were absolutely destroyed.
Yep.
We were cooked from the get-go.
Everyone else is in this, I don't know where I actually came in. So if they succeeded, but they know that they ran longer, they know that they had time added, they feel like they deserve a higher place. If they know that they ran shorter, they know that time was subtracted, they feel like they don't deserve their position, even if they would have earned their position. They don't have the confidence to say that, so they feel like an imposter. It breeds imposter syndrome, it breeds animus, And it makes it so that only the people that succeed have any benefit. The people that succeed highly are the only, and were selected against are the only ones that get any benefit because they get a massive ego boost. While the people that failed, even though they were selected for, get a massive ego hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's a bit of preaching to the choir, but it's something that drives me crazy every time because it's something that is so fucking obvious to me. So I try to come up with things that can help explain it because who knows, perhaps someone might be able to use that example and get someone that they know to go, that is actually a point to that. Oh, shit. Rather than continue pushing for the same shit. Now, with the siloing of a lot of politics now, that's becoming more and more difficult. But
yeah, we're becoming way more balkanized.
Yes,
it's only a matter. It is only a matter of time before there's either one of three scenarios: a civil war, a complete balkanization. I don't like either. A complete balkanization, or everything goes. We find a way to mend the stress line, and things go back to normal. The third one.
I didn't know you knew such big words here.
Fuck you.
You're welcome. I knew that you knew that was coming.
I love you too.
We care about you.
I know. The third one is the most unlikely. There is nothing that can mend that stress line because it's run too deep.
See, I disagree. I think that there are things that can mend it. I just think that it takes a fuck ton of work.
But
it'll
the
take
amount
time
of
too.
The amount of work to undo the damage is insane, and the more likely the other two scenarios are to happen, where we become a fractured union, or we go to war with each other, and the war fixes that stress line. When someone finally declares, "Okay, our way is fucking correct because we won." It is literally the same scenario that the Civil War. It was one of those three scenarios. We find a way to mend the stress line, which it will be impossible because the southern states heavily depended on slavery. And I'm not saying slavery was the only issue, but
how can you say that there's a similarity between one party deciding that they were going to completely defy federal law about something while arguing that they needed to defy it because if not for their way of doing things, who would pick the crops? And really, when you think about it, it's more honest because capitalism in general is just slavery with extra steps, and they shouldn't have to listen to the federal government, so they should be able to make autonomous zones that are able to rule themselves. Have anything to do with when one party decided that they should be able to defy federal law on a matter, and that they were arguing that if they didn't ignore it, that, well, who would pick the crops? And that when you think about it, their way of doing things actually more honest because capitalism is actually a form of slavery, and that they should be able to establish
capitalism is evil.
Your filibuster is amazing. I love the filibuster that you're employing.
Fill a bucket, more like it.
You know what the fuck I mean, shop.
Oh, I'm just pointing out that, yeah, it's an exact copy. That it is the same thing. Even the arguments are
absolutely.
Because
and
the arguments
that's the sad part.
Still King Cotton and the MotZ.
And that's the sad part, is that the same parties saying that they're not, we're not the racists here, we're just saying who wants to do the shitty job. Why give our cheap labor away?
We're just saying that if we don't import a permanent
serf class that's dependent on us,
that is entirely dependent upon us and gives us additional power, then how will society function? Yeah, it's the same exact argument
It
as
fucking
before.
is. And
Like I said,
and they know it
they're
is.
still using King Cotton. They're still using the MotZ. And that's the reason why I think that any time that King Cotton is brought up, any time that the MotZ is brought up, the immediate response should be, why are you using arguments from the Civil War that were pro-slavery?
Because they have no other if they don't use these arguments, they have no other arguments.
Yeah, and I think that they should be called out that way, though, to make it clear that we've heard these arguments before. This is when we heard these arguments before, and you're still making these exact same arguments. And I think people should learn what King Cotton was. I think people should learn what the MotZ was.
But the problem with that, Sanguine, is twofold. First off, they already know this shit. Like they know, like those in power know that the arguments they're using are the exact same arguments they've been using for the last 900 years. This isn't new to them.
But it can be new to people that aren't the ones that are the thought leaders.
Fair enough, and that's true.
And it is by breaking people away from those thought leaders that you would be able to mend things.
You can't save everybody, and I don't think you can save certain people.
Oh yeah,
really
you can't
can't.
save everyone, but you can save a good number of people.
You know,
And that's why I'm saying that I think that it's important for people to start
Japan
being able to
went
call
through-
out.
I was gonna say little sidebar. I was gonna say, Japan was feudal and very militaristic for a very long time until we put 2 giant sacks from our Vady shaft on their face. They changed tune pretty fucking quick.
We dropped 2 spawn points for the sun.
we did. But
we
even
dragged
then,
our Vady sacks across their face.
But even then, the problem with you can't drop the sun upon a leftist because this is how do you kill a god?
It has to be a verbal bomb, by the way. It has to be something.
No, it's not. You can't kill a religious fanatic. You can show the religious fanatic, how they're wrong, but they're a religious fanatic. They're gonna believe no matter what.
Yeah, that's
like I can show. So I have a coworker, and I don't talk to him about politics because he is a dyed-in-the-wool fanatic. He has TDS. I can show him where, yes, a little bleeding is good. A little suffering now if it's like medicine. You take the medicine, you feel shitty, but in the long run, you'll end up better. That is good. Yes, this shutdown hurts now, but if it ensures that like the long-term health of the body politic is good, then I'd rather suffer now than suffer later.
Exactly. And
Hold on. But the problem with him is I can show him all the evidence to say why this is a good thing, and he hates Trump so much that no matter what I say, it's all on deaf ears. He told me this. He told me this himself. If he was dying and he knew there was a terminal disease, he would go try to kill Trump.
Yep.
Wow.
How do you defeat?
And he didn't get fired from that?
Well, he told that to me. Now I wouldn't do that to a man. But he
Especially
said
since
that.
then he might decide, well, this is close
Yeah,
enough.
he might actually go do it. But my point being is someone like that, no matter what you say, that hatred runs too deep. You could. I've shown people I've shown him where he's hugged. I show people where Trump is hugging up on Jesse James and Alex Sharpton, how Mike Tyson sings this man's praises, how Jennifer Hudson loves him.
Jesse James.
Sorry, Jesse Jackson is hugged up on him and talking shit, shooting the breeze with him. How many times he's done this? How you have evidence and evidence of him giving to minor communities, and how he he's still a racist. How? If he's a fucking racist, then why all these evidence of him being buddy with black people? Him, got certain groups of black people singing his praises. Or the Central Park Five, who technically weren't exonerated.
Yep. That's the thing that drives me crazy about that fucking case, by the way. Because for those who aren't familiar, the Central Park Five, it was a story from the 90s where a female jogger was accosted by a large group of people. All the evidence says a large group of people. There were several indications that it was a large group of people. So there were a group of kids, which included 5 in particular that came to be known as the Central Park Five. They were at the scene. Evidence tied them to the scene. Their confessions tied them to the scene. Their police interviews are all recorded. They're all available. They say
with their parents, who were the ones that were underage. They were with their parents, so it wasn't a forced confession.
Yep, and all of that is available. You can see that. So they were convicted on the strength of all the evidence and on their confessions. They went to prison. Decades later, another man came forward and said that he had done the horrific crime against the jogger. It was of a sexual nature as well as horrific assault, because she almost died and has lived with the wounds from it ever since, the injuries from it ever since.
Mm-hmm.
So he came forward. There was forensic evidence that tied him to the scene. He said that he did it alone. Again, all the evidence from the crime scene says it is impossible that it was done alone. It was a large group of people, but what he said was he did it alone. By the way, he was frequently assaulted by one of the Central Park Five while he was in prison. Several people that were effectively friends with the Central Park Five member that he was assaulted by several times also assaulted him a good number of times in prison. And then when he confessed, all of those attacks stopped.
Again, I can't trust that that testimony was clearly done in duress.
Yep. And again, the guy was absolutely there. He was tied to it by DNA evidence. That guy, the one that confessed, absolutely a part of it. Mm-hmm. But there's the problem. He was a part of it, not the sum total. He wasn't the only one. He was a part of it. The others were also a part of it. Now, what happened was when he confessed and he said that he did it alone, that was enough for people to overturn the convictions of the Central Park Five.
I do remember that. Yeah, I remember a lot.
Despite all the evidence saying that they were there, despite all the evidence saying that they took part in the assault, despite the fact that the assault, the injuries, and the types of marks inflicted during the assault meant that it was a large group of people ranging in sizes, ranging in strength, ranging in a bunch of different characteristics. So not a single person, but a large group. They went, well, he said that he did it alone.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't match the evidence.
All right, but let me see. So you also have that, like, he never apologized for For what? He's entitled to his opinion. I honestly believe the Central Park 5 did it. They were never, like I said, never exonerated. But I also threw this little tad bit. So you ever heard about Joe Biden? You're talking about racial jungle. He didn't want his kids going to inner city school. He didn't want inner city schools integrated because he didn't want his kids going to a racial jungle. When the fuck was when did Biden apologize for that shit?
Yep.
Never.
Well,
did.
that's not relevant. How the fuck it isn't? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're wrong. You're right. It's like you realize him saying that is actually more recent than people think.
Well, early I believe it was in the 60s, but it's still he didn't apologize for that shit. Well, that's different. How? Well, Trump's still a racist. What the fuck he done as racist? Name me one fucking thing.
The line that I think everyone should have forced Joe to apologize for, because holy shit, it was racist as fuck, was not the racial jungle line. It was the Obama isn't like most black people.
Oh yeah, clean cut.
He's clean.
He's
cut
the most
and
articulate man I've ever heard.
What the fuck does that mean, Joe? He's not like most black guys. He's clean cut and articulate. What the fuck?
Yeah,
That's how liberals see black people.
Yeah.
Joe has a serious case of open mouth insert. Oh my god.
It's like, please shut up, Joe. Like that's where the memes of "please shut up, Joe" came from.
But again, like you want to pound the flesh for one guy who said something that you particularly didn't like, but you don't want the pound of flesh for the guy that said something that's technically far fucking worse. Oh well, you just a dyed in the wool Trump supporter. No, I can look up at objective reality and see, maybe there's more to it there.
But that's extreme far right thinking. You can't do that. You have to think how we have to feel. You have to parrot our beliefs. Otherwise, you're a Nazi.
I'm throw this up, and I know it's going to be used. I use it constantly, and I'm sorry for keep constantly throwing this one up. But as a black man, I get it way fucking worse.
I know, but we that's why we care about you, Tier. We really do. We talk shit all the time, but we do care about you.
I know. But it is a constant. Oh, you don't think like the rest of the sheep, so you're something wrong. You're deficient. You're not owed my loyalty. I don't owe you my loyalty by virtue of my skin color. Mm-hmm. Skin folk don't mean kinfolk.
Yep.
Just like I don't owe you the actions of ancestors because one, my ancestors came from Ireland.
Well, not even that. My best friend love my European. I love my best friend to death. He's paler than the driven snow. And we've had this conversation before, him and I. Why am I angry at you for shit you've never been involved in about people I've never fucking met? Mm-hmm. I was never a slave. I've never picked cotton. Why the fuck am I angry at you for?
Tier, it's because you're a decent human being. It's because you are a decent human being and you're not a victim. You don't have victim complexes where everybody owes you everything. And I was going to say, to any God out there, thank God for that, because there are very few black people that I've talked to in my life, and every one of them have been a normal talking. Like you can talk to them like a normal person. Like hold
on. Sorry, wait, hold on. Did Critical just admit he's a racist?
You know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm talking about someone who's a normal person, not a person with victim complex.
He doesn't even have to get the Jive translator out.
I know.
Yes, I have to speak 80s Jive.
What you mean? My duck is rap.
Little lady in order to translate for you.
What you talking about? My duck is rap.
God. No. You know what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah.
You can every like the four that I actually know and I'm actually friends with. They are some of the most intelligent people I know, and I have learned a lot from them, funny enough. And that has nothing to do with their skin color. That's just who they are as a person. And they're not always out here crying that, oh, white people are bad, white people this, like 2 + 2 actually is 5 because racism. And I'm like, oh my
Math is racist. The
math is
X is
somehow fucking
racist.
race.
I still
That's one of the
remember
dumbest things to
one
come out
of
of the last
the
10 years.
trippiest fucking moments of my life was when I was in college and I found myself arguing with two people at the exact same time. One of them was a hippy dippy bullshitter, effectively, that tried to pull there are other ways of knowing,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
that science and math are Western constructs.
No, they are not.
And the other one was a fundy that
Science and math has
believed
been around for centuries.
that math and science arose from Christianity.
No, it didn't.
So,
I've heard people say
I
that
was
too.
having to argue against both of these people at the same fucking time.
The
Sa-
people who
Sanguine-
came up with the concepts of math may have been Christian in their personal life, but it did not come from Christianity.
well, it's not even that. It is not even that. It is these concepts existed long before they had the numerical value to them. We just didn't
Long
understand
before
them.
they had the language that we know.
Yeah, long before the language to express them. These concepts pre-exist that. Just because the person that discovered it was European or fucking of any descent that isn't, you, doesn't make it racist. And no, it is not colonization. There's a huge difference between colonization and conquering.
Yep.
These
We
people don't
conquered this land. We
these
tamed
people
it.
don't understand that math and science have been a thing for thousands of years, as long as human history, basically. People
Yes.
have studied the skies. We've studied the oceans. We
Yep.
have mapped out how things work. Over time, that kind of stuff. There's a have you ever heard of the Antikythera mechanism?
Yes.
Repeat that?
The
The
Antikythera mechanism.
Antikythera mechanism.
I've heard of it, but I don't quite. That I know that name sounds familiar, but I don't
Ancient
quite know what
Greek
it is.
bit of machinery that sank to the bottom of the.
Oh, the first computer, essentially.
Yes.
It is believed that it was potentially a mechanical computer. Yes.
Yeah.
Or part
So-
of a mechanical computer.
Go ahead.
So there's a lot of buzz about that theory about it, because when they took one of the world's biggest X-rays from the UK museum to the Roman museum where it's sitting right now, because that item cannot be moved, or it basically falls apart. It's
fucking
one of
ancient.
it's like 2,000 years old.
And it was a metal device that was sunk into the bottom of a sea for.
It was a Roman. Was it a
Centuries.
Roman ship or
Greek.
something? It was a Greek ship.
There are a shit
it
ton
was
of
found on a
things
Greek
we
ship.
still don't. There are a shit ton of things we still don't have any clue. Like, we have no clue how fucking Damascus steel was made.
No,
we
Well,
have-
we do and we don't. So we don't know the exact process, but we do know how it can be made.
Mhm.
We just don't know the exact. Well, they added this first, then they added that, then they did this. Here's like 10 ways that it could have been done, We know that these are the constituents of it, but it could be done in option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, option 5, option 6, option 7, option 8, option 9, option 10, and all of these would be possible.
Mhm.
That's where we are with it, where we know what it's made of, but since we don't know the exact process that was used, we aren't able to go, this is how they made it. But we're able to say, we can make it.
So
Shit, we have shit like Greek fire. The Greek fire.
Yep.
That fire that could burn on water. That's another mystery we haven't figured out yet.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was trying to get at
Good,
was
sorry.
my initial point. We are, as a species, we are always doing insane, amazing things through science and math.
Mm-hmm.
We built pyramids. Well, slaves built pyramids, but
Nope. Slave did not build the pyramids.
you know what I'm talking.
No, honestly, that's a lie. They found writings that were essentially, we'll say time cards, if you will, and they had things like called out because of public drunkenness. You don't let slaves call out of work. Like slaves work even if they were crippled. That is a lie. Slaves did not build pyramids.
Okay, well, you know what I mean. But
it was a religious thing where people were
Can I
passed by the
finish
government
my
and religion.
thought?
Now you know how I feel.
Hey, you started with me first.
I
Anyway, so you know how we've built pyramids, okay, you know how, so you've seen the Mayan pyramids, right? Like
Yes.
You've seen their trapezoid pyramids.
The
ziggurats,
step pyramids.
They're similar to, there's another term I'm thinking of that's
A ziggurat.
it's like a ziggurat. It's a type of pyramid. So there has always been people of all cultures, of all types, people from the east, people from the west, people from the south, people from the north who navigated the oceans, people from the east who created medicine, who created who basically created the first drug problem in the world. The east did that.
Opium.
People that's what I was talking about. The first big drug problem was opium and cocaine. They did that. They were the first. The Egyptians, I believe, were like among the first people to do distillation for beer and stuff.
Yep. Liquid bread, they called it.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
The Egyptians were the ones to first do that. Now, we again, back to the north, back to the Vikings, the people who transported stuff, goods and services, like that was refrigeration. Keeping things fresh, using salt, and figuring out that limes cured scurvy on the ocean.
Another example of something that we don't exactly know what it was or how it was done. There's something that is referred to in a lot of Norse texts as the Sunstone that was used for navigation.
Yep, I've heard of that.
It is what made the Norse so ridiculously precise in their navigation. When we don't know what a sunstone is, we don't know how sunstones were made. We just know that, they refer to these things that they call sunstones, which allowed them to navigate day or night.
But the thing about that is, what I'm trying to say, one of my major point here, is we have created such amazing things as people, and modern day people cannot comprehend or fathom the depths to what we can accomplish doing that kind of thing. So these today, okay, people today would not survive mid 2000s. 2000, they could not survive 2005. Just by sheer walking around, they wouldn't survive. They wouldn't know how to they wouldn't know how to use a payphone.
Hold on. Sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. Sorry. Can I finish my thought? First time on Millions. Finish your thoughts.
Right there.
Heresy.
Are you
So Tier, you sure you're black, not dark skinned Mexican? Actually, I'm a heavily melanated white man, according to some.
It's funny how some people who try to shame Tier for joining the flock are the same ones who throw the phrase generational trauma before busting out slurs. Exactly my point. That's exactly my point. And oh my god.
And still, I know I mention it almost every time that we bring up mentioning slurs when it comes to the ones that they choose. The fact that they use Uncle Tom pisses me off.
Yes, but
me too.
Uncle Tom was the hero.
It should be Sambo.
Book, you bitches. Yes, it should be Sambo.
But it still pisses me off being called an Uncle Tom because the implications is I'm a traitor to my race. When look again, I say this now: loyalty is the highest virtue I believe somebody could achieve. I value loyalty above all other virtues, and to say you are inherently given my loyalty, which is my highest virtue, something I hold in high regard, because of your skin color, it angers me. You're not entitled to my loyalty because I look like you.
Exactly, and dude, you have no idea that pisses me off whenever I hear black people say, "Oh my God, we was the first black this. He was the first. We did this. We did it." No, you didn't do shit. He did. Can't you celebrate his individualism?
We was kangs.
I hate
we was kangs and samurais and shit.
We have to record the first black to do blah. No. The only one that fucking matters anytime when we're talking about that is the first. Not the first of insert group here. The first.
But I'll counter that with, so technically Thurgood Marshall was the first black man on the Supreme Court. However, they ignore both Thurgood Marshall and Clarence Thomas to say Ketanji Brown Jackson was the first black person on the Supreme Court.
Yeah. Which, what the fuck? The way that it should be is the first of an accomplishment, like the first person in space. It shouldn't be the first black person in space, the first Asian person in space, the first woman in space. It should just be first person.
Yep. It really should. It really should be
shit that you can use in order to be proud of something. So if you want to talk about inventors, depending on the invention,
I want the first gay lesbian trans Latino woman in space. I want her to be celebrated as the first.
They wouldn't know how to survive 1995 exactly.
There's a shit ton of black inventors that you can point to historically. One of the ones that had a massive effect, but fucking barely anyone knows, is the person that invented refrigerated trucks. Black guy.
Yep.
That's someone that, if you really want to talk about someone that did something impressive, talk about him. Explain what he did. Explain how he designed that shit effectively in his garage.
How did the fucking Wright brothers build a plane in their fucking barn?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of the ones that also annoys the shit out of me. there's apparently a trend in Brazil and various places that don't like the US. Brazil not being included in the various places that don't like the US. Just Brazil does it out of national identity. A lot of places do it out of a intense
Fuck
dislike
America.
of the US.
Mhm.
They tried to claim that Brazil was actually the first powered flight because some 2-3 years after the first Wright flight, a Brazilian inventor was able to get powered flight. And the things that annoy the shit out of me when it comes to this is one of the things that they claim is, well, unlike the Wrights who had to use a catapult system in order to get their flyer airborne, the Brazilian flyer didn't need a catapult system. Do you know the major problem with that?
But
Mhm.
Wright Flyer 1 didn't use a catapult. Wright Flyer 2 and 3 used catapult systems because they were trying to get their flyer to work in areas where there wasn't as high of a wind speed in order to get takeoff. But Wright 1, they flew without a catapult system. It's just Kitty Hawk. The reason why they moved to Kitty Hawk was Kitty Hawk had fast wind speed. So Wright 1 didn't use a catapult. Well, their flyer was more of a glider. No, you're thinking of the Wright glider, which was a glider. Wright Flyer 1 had powered flight. Wright Flyer 2, 3, and 4 had powered flight. Wright Flyer 2 and 3 had a weak... Well, Wright Flyers 1 through 3 had weak engines, so they needed high wind speed, or Wright 2 and 3 were able to use a catapult system. Wright 4 had a sufficiently powerful engine that it didn't need a catapult system. Well, no one's ever been able to make a replica and get it airborne. People have made replicas of the Wright glider, the Wright Flyer 1, Wright Flyer 2, Wright Flyer 3, Wright Flyer 4, and all of them have been able to get airborne. Every single thing that they tried to pull out for why the Wright shouldn't be given credit as the first powered flight are bullshit.
Yeah, it's
Or
definitely
rather,
bullshit.
In order to give the proper description, the first powered heavier than air flight, because technically you can get the first powered flight, which was a lighter than air.
Hot air balloon.
And not just a hot air balloon, because hot air balloon could just be a balloon where you don't have powered flight, but you can have a hot air balloon that then has a means of actually directing it with an engine of some sort, effectively a propeller that pushes you one way or another, while relying on the hot air balloon for the normal lift. So you get a powered lighter than air flight.
Wow, the first hot air balloon was invented in 1783.
And that's potentially the first documented, because there's some evidence that it might have been earlier, but that is at least the first time that we have it properly documented. Yeah.
Joseph Bical and Jacques Tain Montgolfier. I think that's how you say that. I'm probably butchering this shit
foreign.
Canada, France. Hey, without hot air balloons, we wouldn't have airplanes. So
I'm just saying foreign, and it's time. I need to get some sleep because I got work in the AM.
Yes, I was about to do parting words, but before that, real quick, it makes sense that without France, we wouldn't have hot air balloons. Okay, now who wants to do their parting words?
If you're passionate about Sanguine devour him, don't let Sanguine devour you.
If I hunger, you have no choice in the matter. I will feast.
Don't forget to have your pet spayed and neutered and God fucking speed.
Nice. And I'll go with I have no need of a friend who nods as I nod, who turns as I turn. My shadow already does that far better anyways.
Are we
And with
talking
that-
about Tyr again?
Aw.
I'm just
I think he's a little bit darker than even my shadow.
Man,
Oh,
wow.
gotcha.
Just, look, wait, hold on. Critical inserted the knife. Sanguine walked over and lifted it
He
twice.
didn't lift it. He didn't lift it. He drop kicked it in. I don't get
Ow.
nice
And
tag team there.
with that, have a good night, all. The zoo is closed.
Night.
No.
Critical. Are you
Yeah.
doing anything tomorrow night? Or tonight?
Tomorrow night, I am not, but I do need to do laundry, but I don't know what you're up to for tomorrow.
I'm talking about well, technically tonight. It's Saturday night. I want you on the midnight show.
Yeah. What time is it gonna be on?
11:55. 11:55.
Oh yeah, I'll be done with everything by then.
Well,
I'll even be done with my own stream.
Eastern Standard.
Okay. I'll even
So,
be
yeah,
done with my own stream.
I let that go because I wasn't sure where it was going, and it turns out that it was just an advert for tonight's show. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to click this, but it takes a couple seconds, so suck it!